One of my main assets as a martial artist and as a stuntman is the weight training. And Olympic lifting has helped me loads. And even though these exercises are quite technical, I believe they're the next stepping stone in you developing your fitness. Because once you get the skill to do them, it's like a jump or a thrust with a barbell. Whether you land on a power position, which I'm gonna show you next, or a squat position. So be very attentive to the details, because once you learn this and you progress the weights, you'll become more powerful and more explosive than ever. And that will translate very well into martial arts, into ballet, gymnastics, or even curling.
It's right there.
No, not curling. First things first, I want you to really understand what this movement means. It means that you're gonna grab a barbell from the floor, you're gonna thrust it up using your whole body, and you're gonna finish in a front rack position, what we call a front rack position, which is something like this. So you're gonna keep the barbell in touch with your body, in connection with your body. It's gonna rest on your shoulders, and you're gonna roll backwards. The fingers are gonna roll backwards, and you're gonna keep contact with all of them except the thumbs. And your elbows are gonna be way up high with this external rotation. So even your lats will be contracted. So now once you got a feel for the front rack, we're gonna work on the footwork. So no barbell right now, and even after this, you're gonna use a PVC pipe and not a barbell, because you're still, you're still white belt. So from here, think of it this way. Usually the beginning stance will be either hip width or a little bit more like shoulder width. Whatever you do, and we're gonna figure it out later, whatever you do, you're gonna always finish in a squat position, at least in terms of the width of the feet. So from here, if you start hip width, you're gonna drop into a squat position. So remember, the squat is shoulder width, and you go all the way down, keeping your knees not on the inside, but on the outside, creating this great hole, as if you were a pregnant woman trying to get as much space as possible here and settling down in this position. So instead of jumping up and finishing on a squat, you're just gonna drop like this, pop, okay? And really stomp your heels on the floor, like stomp, like 3, 2, 1, pa. Let me show you sideways. 3, 2, 1, pa. Okay? The better your drop is, and the more stable you are in this boom, in this final position, this squat, the better you'll be able to do the squat clean. So from here, bah, you can even throw your thumbs to your shoulders as if you were trying to mimic the final portion of the squat clean. Now, the difference between a power clean and a squat clean is the final position as well. So your feet will be the same width for the power position, but the power position, instead of going all the way down, you're gonna be 90 degrees or up. So anywhere from 90 degrees here or up will be considered power clean. Why? Because you gotta use so much power that you thrust the barbell way up, and you don't have to lower yourself to catch the barbell, So usually you don't do as much weight using the power as you would do using the squat clean. Now that you know the final positioning, either in the arms, torso, or your feet, or your legs, now you're gonna learn everything in between. So I want you to do this drill with me. I want you to keep a barbell, in this case a PVC pipe or a broomstick, next to you. And I can't use my arms in front of my thighs. I have to use them on the outside, because I want the barbell to be in touch with my beautiful thighs. Oh, you're so nasty. And from here, what I usually do is I gotta keep my torso straight, and I'm gonna just bend my knees a little bit, just like so. 1, okay? So this is the first thing that you should do, because this is the jumping position. So where you have your PVC pipe or your barbell in line with your pockets, and from your pockets, if you bend a little bit, what you're gonna do afterwards is you're gonna jump up, right? So this is like the position in which you jump up and thrust the weight up. So let's do it 5 times using a little bit of that knee flexion, keeping your torso straight. And from here, when I extend my knees. When I extend my knees, I'm gonna try to shrug my shoulders up and really do it in an explosive manner, like this. Okay, do it 5 times. Phase 2, you bend at the knees, and now you're gonna go for a hinge motion as if you were gonna do a deadlift. So your butt is gonna be brought backwards as if somebody was pulling your shorts, like this. So 1 and 2. You're gonna feel your chest going towards the floor and your butt backwards. So from here to here, all the way till the PVC pipe reaches your knees. And from here, we're gonna do the other way around. So we're gonna unveil to the first position where I'm upright and I still have this juice from my legs, and then, okay, so 1 and 2, and then 3, 4. 3, 4, okay? This is what I want you to do 10 more times. And lastly, we're gonna finish by discovering our first stance. You're figuring out that we're doing this from the end to the beginning. So 1, first drill, 2, and now instead of keeping that hinge going, which I cannot go any further, I'm just gonna lower using my quads as if I were lowering a squat, right? So from here, 1, 2, and 3, lowering your butt. So from the first to the second, you lower your butt a little bit. Then in the second, your butt goes backwards and your chest goes forwards. And now you're gonna lower your butt some more and finish in this beautiful position where you feel that your quads are getting most of the tension. And you stay here for 10 seconds, okay? Really get used to this position in which your shoulders are on top of or even a little bit in front of the barbell, just a tiny smidge. And you keep your torso straight and your chest up. Let me show you from the front. So 1, 2, and 3. So this is what I meant by some people do a little bit more close, a little bit closer together, like this. And some people go for an actual, almost a squat hip width, width on the feet, like this. You know, this is the starting position because it always starts from the quads and not the back. So now if you follow the order quite expeditiously, you're gonna be in a great first stance. So 1, 2, and 3, way settled down with your chest outward. And from here, you're just gonna use your legs and go up all the way to the knees. Now hinge or unhinge. Now your torso is upright and you still got a little bit of juice on the legs. And from here, bah, you go up, because once you go up, your elbows will turn around and you will go and reach that final position that we were talking about in the beginning. So it should look something like this. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. See? So we started either hip width or a little bit wider, and we finished in a position where we could squat all the way down if we wanted. So if you finish in a power stance like this, boom, you could always go down if you needed to. So instead of finishing here, you will finish here, and you could go all the way down to a perfect front squat. So let's try it out once again. 1, 2, 3, settle down, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you'll notice that the barbell will do something like this. Up, backwards, and then up again. And this is the main skill or the main technique that you want to learn for either the power clean or the squat clean. Now, this is my preferred way of teaching, which is segmenting the drills in order for you to really understand where the power comes from. Because a lot of people use their arms and they bend it quite early, and you should never bend your arms before your legs extend or explode and your hip explodes as well. Only then will you be able to lift your elbows quite high and then do the turnover. But still, once you do it with a barbell and once you start loading it, you should be wary that there is a thing called a hook grip, in which you'll be much more efficient because your body, your hands will be like a hook and you're not gonna drop the barbell because of it. Which is, instead of going fingers first and thumb afterwards when you're grabbing the barbell, you should do the other way around. So the thumb goes first and the other fingers go on top of the thumb, because that way you'll develop some sort of a hook that will not let you let go of the barbell, and you'll be much more effective when driving the weight up. So avoid doing that monkey power clean where you go from here, and once you're still developing, your legs are still a little bit bent or your hinge is still here, when you're not upright or before you even explode up, you will bend the arms like this. This is not good. This is not effective. What is effective is that you wait and your arms keep extended, and you wait, and only when you explode up will your arms go like this. So it's like a scarecrow position and then a turnover. Okay, so you work on that quite extensively, and you'll notice as well that once you have the barbell with the bumpers, the barbell is already in the best position, like mid-shin, for you to go from the first position. So 1, 2, 3, settling down. You can place your knees to the outside, hook grip, okay? Look somewhere like 3 to 4 yards away to the floor, and from here, 1, 2, and 3. So now I'll show it sideways so that you get the picture, or a clearer picture. And remember that I'm always doing this 1, 2, and 3, but it's only with the beginners, because after a while you're gonna be able to, boom, just grab the first position like very instinctively or intuitively, because you've done this drill 1,000 times, right? So from here, you're gonna grab the barbell with the hook grip. You're gonna really feel the floor, and your heels are on the floor as well. And from here, you're gonna explode, bah, and only then will you grab the barbell. As for the squat clean, okay? So this is pretty smooth, but it takes a while to develop the technique. So whatever you do, make sure you follow the progressions, because a lot of people have not done these progressions and then they start doing the exercise and it always looks like a pronated bicep curl, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to be able to be Willow strong and explosive as hell and be able to do a lot of weight, but safely. So warm up first, and once you've done the drilling, then start doing the whole segment, because at first, when you try to connect all the dots without stopping in between, it'll look a little bit awkward. So it takes time. Lifting weights takes time. It's a progression. So if you have any questions, comments below. Please like the video, share, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, once again, let me know, because I'm here to help you. Help me, help you.
Help me, help you.
Help me,